In the next few videos, we're going to be going a little more in depth, exploring what interfaces are and how we can use them. I mentioned at the beginning that interfaces are a feature of TypeScript as opposed to Angular 2. So what you'll see is a lot of the source code in Angular 2 is written as a TypeScript interface. If we navigate over to the Angular docs, then click on this API reference, we're presented with some icons here to sort by. One of these options is Interface. Clicking on this icon brings us to a list of all the API methods written as an interface. One of these is called Pipe Transform, and it's one that we've already used. Do you remember how we used Pipe Transform? We imported the file from Angular Core, then we implemented it within our class. We used the keyword implement as a way to access properties and methods within this Pipe Transform. Let's now practice building and using interfaces by creating a book interface inside of our book list component. Opening up my book list component file, I'm going to create an interface for our books below. I'm going to define my book interface directly in this file just for demonstration purposes. When adding an interface in this way, we need to add it above our component decorator. I'll first use my interface keyword, and then the name of my new interface, which is iBook, followed by curly braces. Now let's define our properties. I'm going to just copy over the properties that we've already defined in our array of books. Then change around the values to their respective type, remembering to change the comma here to a semicolon. And now I can change this books, which is currently defined as a type any, to the type of my interface, which is iBook. Everything now works the same, except that we're using strong typing to define our books array. As a result, if I were to change my reviews value to a string, I'll get a squiggly line error. Also, if I were to add an additional property that's not already set up in our interface, such as the property hardcover, and set it to false, I'll get a squiggly line error just on that line. There may be times when we don't know whether or not we're going to be getting back a piece of data. In these cases, we can use the question mark symbol after our property key. So to demonstrate, we'll add a hardcover property, followed by a question mark that's of type Boolean. Now, it doesn't matter whether or not we declare our hardcover property within our books array. So we can delete the property definition and we won't be getting any errors. Now that we've seen how to use interfaces as a source for strong typing, let's see a more real-world example where we export our interface.